welcome back to Pure Lottie. So today's video is the full face tutorial using my Pur X Rawbeautykristi palette, and I'm just doing the purple and teal look. So to start off with, I just did my brows, and then I just used the P. Louise base for my eye primer, and then I jumped into the palette and set it with Lumos, which is the matte white shade on the Colourful side. So don't forget that this is a pressed pigment palette, so it is quite powdery and it is very pigmented. So I went into the shade purple, which is Tribute, and I started off with a very small amount because it is so pigmented. It is much easier to build it up than having to try and take a little bit off. So the areas that I wanted to be more pigmented, I just went in and used the packing motion rather than blending it out. So once I got the shade Tribute to where I wanted, I just took the brush that I used with my eye primer and used whatever was left over and popped that on the first half of my eyelids just to take away a bit of the purple pigment so that I was able to go in with the shade Garden State. Now I started off by just using the shade Garden State, and then I went in over the top with the shade Lumos to bring it to the color that I wanted, but I found I wasn't able to get the exact color by doing it that way. So instead, I do recommend mixing the shade Garden State and Lumos on your hand or on a mixing palette, and then grabbing it and popping it on your eyes that way. Once I got that shade to where I wanted it, I went in with the matte white Lumos and I just placed that on the center just so the shimmer shade would pop. I then went in with the shade Cafe Disco, and I just used that on the center to give me a nice bright shimmery pop, and I just blended it into the colors as well so it wasn't such a straight line on each edge, and I found it was better off using my finger, and I did use a little bit of setting spray to brighten it up. I did jump off camera and do my lashes and eyeliner. I then went in with my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer as usual and just placed that everywhere all over my face, seeing as I was doing a full glam look. And for foundation, I just used my favourite, my L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-hour matte foundation in 110 Rose Vanilla. And I just went in and built the layers up until I got the coverage that I wanted. And for concealer, I focused that underneath my eyes and just on any spots. I just went in with my Tarte Shape Tape in 12B Fair Beige. I then set my whole face in my Nakia Joy Cosmetics Velvet Finishing Powder. I then added some colour back to my face using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And used my Flower Beauty blush in Warm Hibiscus. For highlighter, I just used the bronzy shade in the Flower Beauty Highlighting Strobe palette. And for the lower lash line, I focused Tribute on the outer edges. I just used a very thin brush just so that it didn't bring it down too low. And then I made Garden State and Lumos mixed together again to get the colour I wanted and focus that on the inner parts of the lower lash line. I then went into Cafe Disco and used my finger and popped that as my inner corner highlight and just on my brow bones. And for the lower lashes, I just used my L'Oreal Paris Paradise Mascara and Lash Primer and just put a thick coating on each lash. And then I did my lips, and for my lips I just used the shade Lumos and I put a nice coating of that on my lips just using my finger just so that it would make the colours pop. And then I used Lumos and Garden State mixed together and Tribute and just created an ombre sort of lips. And that's the finished look. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button down below. And if you're new, don't forget to join the family and press the subscribe button. And don't forget to change notifications to all so you don't miss any of my future videos. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Bye!